So you want to record YouTube video every single day for 7 days straight without burning out or stressing about it in the process? I've uploaded over 300 YouTube videos across 2 channels. But there were plenty of time I almost quit. YouTube burnout is real. My confidence tanked and I've ghosted my channels for a couple of months because I just couldn't take it anymore. But the idea of going back to 9 to 5, nope, not happening. So I picked myself up and refined my process every time I burn out to try to make it smoother, faster, better. And now this video is day 6 of my 7-day YouTube Kickstarter challenge. I've posted daily using a simple system that allows me to script, record, edit, publish all within around 3 hours, which is why I can post 1 video a day. Compare this to my old method, which usually takes me at least 2 to 3 weeks to post 1 video. This system is boss. So if you're in on the challenge too, or you're thinking about it, this one's a game changer. So in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you 8 tips to make this process a lot faster. You're gonna learn the tiny tweaks that saves hours in your entire workflow. And the best part, it actually makes YouTube fun again. And oh, by the way, if you want a shortcut to all of this, I made you a starter pack. It's called the Binge Builder Kit. 3 ready-to-go YouTube video ideas complete with titles, thumbnails, and script outline. Link in the description below. In yesterday's challenge video, I talked about how to script your video before filming it because scripting is 60% of the hard work. If you don't have your script ready, I highly recommend you go watch that video right here. In this video, we're going to be talking about the production process. Tip number 1 is once you have the script ready right before you film, you want to skim through your script one last time. You want to read it out loud. You want to make sure you can envision yourself talking to the camera with the script to get you in the mood, to get you in the frequency. Tip number 2 is selecting your scene, where you're going to film your thing. I have 3 main buckets that I like to think of and what I tell my clients. The first one is you need to have a home base. A home base is where all of your equipment is ready to go, and that's usually maybe 80% where you film your stuff. In my case, this is my master bedroom. My bed is over there, so I'm kind of anchored on this spot. I invested a little bit of money buying those painting, a little bit of lights over there, and these fake plants. And back there is my closet. The closet has this translucent window so you can see the clothes inside. It looks really messy and unprofessional. I had this bookshelf. I put on a roller and I put it here. Now the audience would look at this background, but you're not going to be paying attention to the messy wardrobe behind. Let me show you if I move the thing. Now this is a lot messier, right? You can see all the stuff at the back, which I don't want. Yeah, there you go. Much better. So 80% of the time, this is my home base, and you need to figure out where is your home base as well. It could be in one of your rooms. It could be in your office. It doesn't matter. Just pick something where you're going to shoot most of your videos that you're going to be very comfortable with. All of your gear, it's already there. It's set up. It's ready to go. The second scene that you need to figure out is, I call this the backup home base. I've tried it in day 1 of this challenge because my wife was tired. She wants to sleep. Therefore, I can't record at night. So I need to figure out another place to record. And I record that in my dining area. So that's my backup home base. Where's yours? The third bucket I call the creative mode. This is maybe 10% or 5% of your entire scene where you can decide to become a little bit more creative. For me, I could record down there in my condo. There's a pool area, or I could go to a park. I can go to a cafe. I can record in my car just to change some scene up. Okay, tip number 3, prepping your appearance. Now, you don't have to look perfect. This is not TV. This is YouTube. So I'm going to split this answer to 2 parts, one for the fellas and the other one for the ladies. For the fellas, it's pretty straightforward. We're selling a professional service. So you need to look presentable. You don't have to wear a suit if you don't want to, but you look presentable, at least smart casual, because you're selling something expensive. You need to have a little bit of that premium vibe. Now, I've worked with some lady clients, and a lot of them keep coming up with these fears. So these ladies express fear that other women will judge them. They feel like, unlike men, we don't have this pressure. They feel that they're being constantly judged by other women specifically. I'm gonna chime in as the YouTube coach here, but I am not a woman, so I may not 100% understand what you're going through, the woman-to-woman dynamics, but I'm gonna chime in. If you're a woman, you fear that you're gonna get judged. You're gonna fear being judged by people. One is you're gonna fear guys will judge you, and the other one is you're gonna fear that other women would judge you. So let's tackle the first one. You fear that when guys watch your video, they're going to judge you, right? So I can represent all the bros in the world and say this confidently. We don't care. We don't care how you look. We don't care about your dress. We don't care about your makeup. We don't care about your hair. None of that stuff. We are there to learn stuff. from you. You happen to be the vehicle that we choose to get that information from. So we just want to learn and vibe with you. That's all. All right. You're not trying to find a mate here. You're trying to attract business. So that's pretty easy. So now, the more important part, ladies, if you're afraid of other ladies judging you, I can tell you this right now. Fuck them. What? So you're not going to record your YouTube video because you fear that other women are going to judge you? Like, you understand that if you post a YouTube video, you keep doing that, you may get traction and it may change your life. You understand that part, right? But you're telling me right now that you're not going to record yourself because you fear other women will judge you. Like, you're letting that thought stop you from manifesting your dream life. Think about that. So let's say there's some ladies out there who judge you. So what? You're not going to be working with them anyways. They're not going to pay you. So why bother trying to get their approval? And the funny thing is, I'm going to bet money that the other women out there that you think are judging you, they may not even think about you at all because they're too busy with their own insecurities. So it's all in your head. So I say, fuck these ladies and fuck your fears. Do the video anyway. You'll be one step closer to your dream life. So just be cool, all right? I'm gonna show you some lady YouTubers I follow that I think are chill AF. The first lady I follow is Life by Lucy. She is a manifestation coach. She primarily targets women. I used to work for a mindset coach. I really like her vibe and how she explains it, which just makes sense. If you take a look at one of her videos here, I'm gonna mute her. She's chill, she's relaxed. Yeah, she wears a little bit of makeup, but she's not worrying too much. You just pick up the camera, teach people what you need to teach, and just vibe. That's what she's doing. She's vibing. All right, next would be this lady called Dea. She does it freelancing and teaches people about how she built her digital business. Let's go for the most popular one. Wow, she done really well. So just look, she's not overcomplicating the whole thing. She's just being herself, teaching stuff. She's reviewing a book, telling you what she learned. Just chill, just vibe. Remember, just chill and vibe on camera. But for me though, I want to appear online with a certain branding. Because I sell high ticket coaching, I need to look premium as well. Not over the top, but in every one of my videos, I always try to shoot here because it's tidy and nice. The camera is clear. I always try to make an effort to have decently tidy hair. I always wear smart casual, something with a collar, never a t-shirt, never with shorts. And I have a decent, clean, modern background. So when somebody wants to pay me a lot of money, they feel like my vibe matches what I charge. You don't have to do this, but that's me. Is this a lot of work to do all this? At first, yes. But before this, I was working in my pajamas all day. But then when I have a client call or I want to record a video, I need to dress up. And I feel like that's a huge friction. So what I did instead is when I wake up, I just dress nicely every day. I do my hair every day. If I'm filming or not, it doesn't matter. I be the guy. I'm always ready. So if you want me to film right now, if you want me to get on a client call right now, I'm ready. If you want to lower the friction of you recording, be the guy always. You don't have to prepare anything because you're already the guy. So that's a little tip. All right, tip number 4, tech overwhelm. I used to overcomplicate YouTube. I tend to follow, all these YouTubers say that, oh, I gotta buy this light, this camera and all that stuff. I feel like those things will bog you down because you need to figure out how all of them work together. You gotta have this plug into that. So just use your phone. Buy some sort of tripod with one of these and you can clamp your phone in there. That's it. So don't get overwhelmed with the tech. You do not need a fancy camera. I am using a somewhat fancy camera. This is Sony ZV-1, but I bought this 4 years ago, so I just use it. But let's say if I don't have it right now, I would just use my smartphone because the quality, if I'm honest with you, it's very similar. It's not that much difference. So just save yourself the money and just use your iPhone. You're not a photographer, you're not a cinematographer, you're just somebody giving value on YouTube. That's it. All right, tip number 5, B-roll. So A-roll is the main footage, the talking head like this. This is A-roll. The issue is if your entire 10-minute video is just A-roll, it can get really, really boring. You're gonna get people to doze off. That's where B-roll comes in. B-roll is footage that you put on top of the A-roll to prove your point better. Again, we are not an entertainment YouTuber. You don't have to have B-roll every 2 seconds so the audience is all jacked up. No, the B-roll for our context is this. You're gonna be drawing stuff. If you have an iPad, you wanna draw stuff, that could be a really good B-roll. If you're sharing your screen like a diagram or workflow that you do on Miro or some sort of whiteboard, that's a great B-roll. If you're talking about some stats, and then you want to show that stat on somebody's website, that's a good B-roll. Or if you're talking about a physical thing, like I just talk about, hey, get a simple tripod. So I just show you the thing. Show the thing that you're talking about. You need a little bit of B-roll. It's kind of like salt and steak. You need the salt a little bit, but too much will screw up the steak. Then it becomes junk food, salty. All right, every time before I start recording the main video, I usually have a test record first. I'm using an AI editing software called Descript. Before I record the entire video, I always do a test record, like 30 seconds, and then play it back just to see everything's well. You want to avoid common recording mistakes, like for example, the mic is not recording or it's not plugged in, or maybe you selected the wrong camera. When I record, it's supposed to be the main camera, but accidentally selected my webcam, and maybe there's a software glitch which is out of your control, and maybe it's something that you don't want in the background, because sometimes there's dirty clothes, maybe there's underwear, you didn't realize it until you edit the video. I'm like, oh my god, I can't do this, I gotta reshoot the whole thing. So that's tip number 6. Tip number 7 is eye contact to the camera. So remember, we have the script. I'm going to show it. All right, so this is the script for this video that I'm recording right now. You can see I have the intro. The intro is what I read word for word, and the body is what I read bullet by bullet. So some of these are really short sentences, some of them are kind of longer. It's because I want to emphasize on a certain story. So the thing is, if you read this while talking, people can see your eyeballs going that way, so they lose connection with you because they know that you're reading a script. So what I do is, when I skim through these, I just look at one sentence and then, oh, I know what I'm talking about, and then I just riff. And I look at this, skim through it, I know what I'm talking about, then I just riff. Okay, you are the subject matter expert, so this shouldn't be a problem. You're gonna need this because the camera is gonna be over here, but your script is maybe over there or maybe down here. And if you keep doing that, people are gonna notice. When you edit, you're gonna look like a jump cut. So what I do is, this is the script. I look at one sentence, pause, look at the camera, and just say what it is until I finish that sentence. Then riff until I finish that sentence. Pause 1 second and then look back at the thing. Second sentence over here. All right, pause, riff, pause, look at the next one. If you've been doing this for a while, you don't have to keep pausing because you're pretty good at it already, but that's my little tip for you if you're starting out. And point number 8, let's say you're reading this out and then you have a mistake. You say something wrong or your grammar's wrong. So what do? Do you panic? Do you stop recording? No. Just keep rolling. Stop, look back at the script where you screwed up. Okay, I screwed up over here, so I'm going to retake this part. Recompose yourself and just retake it again. Okay, so don't worry about the wrong part. The AI video software that I'm going to be talking about in the next video will take care of this. So if you have a mistake, don't sweat it, keep rolling. We want this video done fast. Oh, by the way, if you want a shortcut to all of this, I made a starter pack. It's called the Binge Builder Kit. It's your first 3 client getting YouTube video ideas complete with titles, thumbnails, and outline script, completely free. Link in the description below. Also, if you're really serious to grow your YouTube channel and you want to work with me one-to-one, check out the second link in my description below. So now, congratulations, you recorded your video without too much stress, and it's fast. So now that you have it recorded, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to edit it. But don't worry, AI is going to edit it way faster than you could ever do. And lucky for you, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about in the next video right here.